Breaking news for UK pensioners. Are you prepared for a potential monthly loss of £130 from your state pension come 2025? This isn't just idle chatter. It's a pressing issue that every pensioner in the UK needs to confront. You've dedicated your life to hard work, put your money into the system, and finally reached retirement, only to discover that the very pension you depend on is being stealthily eroded month by month without any bold announcements or straightforward explanations. This is the reality in 2025. And the term for it is fiscal drag. A significant number of pensioners across the UK could face a reduction of up to £30 in their monthly income due to this often ignored financial pressure. This isn't mere speculation or fearmongering. It's grounded in government policies already set in motion. If you or a loved one receives the state pension, this issue could directly and painfully affect your monthly finances. Let's break it down. The UK state pension serves as the foundation of retirement income for millions. Thanks to the triple lock system, pensioners have enjoyed annual increments tied to inflation, wage growth, or a minimum of 2.5%, whichever is highest. At first glance, that appears to be a win, and in many respects, it is. For instance, in 2025, the full new state pension is projected to rise to approximately £11,975 a year, translating to around £230.25 a week. On the surface, a higher annual income seems like a positive development. However, here's the catch. The personal tax allowance, the threshold at which income becomes taxable, has been frozen at £12,570 since 2021 and is expected to remain unchanged throughout 2025. While that might seem inconsequential, the ramifications are significant. As the state pension continues to rise annually, the stagnant tax-free allowance means more pensioners will exceed this threshold and become liable for income tax on amounts they previously didn't need to stress over. This gradual shift is what we call fiscal drag. Essentially, your pension may increase just enough to push you into a taxable bracket, but not enough to enhance your actual disposable income. In straightforward terms, pensioners are facing higher taxes without any official changes to tax rates. This covert method of boosting government revenue is affecting retirees directly and painfully. Currently, the full state pension sits just below the £12,570 allowance, meaning many pensioners aren't taxed on their state pension alone. However, this safety net is shrinking in 2025. If the state pension rises even slightly above the threshold, let's say by just a few pounds, you'll start paying 20% tax on anything above that limit. It may seem trivial, but even a small excess of £8 will be taxed. The real concern lies with those pensioners who also have income from private pensions, rental properties, savings interest, or part-time employment. For them, the tax burden in 2025 could escalate rapidly. To illustrate, if your total annual income exceeds £12,570, even by a small margin, you'll be taxed on the excess. For instance, if your income reaches £13,230 in 2025, that's £660 over the allowance, translating to roughly £132 lost to tax annually. If you have other income sources on top of your state pension, your tax bill could balloon even higher. Monthly, this could mean losing £30 or even up to £130, depending on your overall income situation. That's money many pensioners had earmarked for necessities like groceries, council tax, heating, and transportation. It's infuriating. You were promised a rising pension, but instead of getting ahead, you're being taxed for it. And here's the kicker, this issue extends beyond your state pension. If you've prudently secured your retirement by building a private pension or investing in property, 2025 could be the year you start feeling penalized for your careful planning. Every pound earned above the frozen threshold is subject to a 20% tax. That additional £1,000? It's really only £800 after HMRC takes its cut. This all happens without fanfare. Many retirees might not even realize that the pension increase is what pushed them into a taxable bracket. There's no headline to announce it, no letter explaining it clearly. It simply occurs, quietly and effectively. So, what can you do? First and foremost, become informed. In 2025, understanding your complete financial picture is more critical than ever. Assess every source of income, your state pension, private pensions, rental income, interest from savings, or earnings from part-time work. Tally it up to see where you stand in relation to that £12,570 allowance. If you're close to or already over it, consider strategies to reduce your tax burden. One option is utilizing tax-efficient savings vehicles like ISAs, which allow you to grow your savings or receive income without it counting toward your taxable total. Another approach is to consult a financial planner specializing in retirement income. They can help you adjust how or when you withdraw funds to sidestep unexpected tax bills. The silver lining? Some relief is on the horizon. The UK government has indicated that from 2028, the personal allowance may start to rise again with inflation. However, for 2025, that change hasn't arrived yet, and pensioners must grapple with a frozen allowance and rising incomes. Until then, remaining financially agile is essential. Whether that entails reassessing investments, considering lump sum withdrawals, or simply tweaking your budget, the key is to stay ahead of the curve. No pensioner should be blindsided by an invisible tax that erodes their retirement income. Let's not overlook the broader context. In 2025, the cost of living remains exorbitantly high. Food prices haven't substantially decreased, energy bills are erratic, and many pensioners are already dipping into savings just to cover everyday essentials. Factor in creeping tax deductions, and it's clear that numerous retirees could be teetering on the brink of financial strain. This all unfolds during a period when pensioners deserve peace of mind and the financial stability they've worked tirelessly to achieve. At UK Pension Hub, we're dedicated to ensuring you don't navigate these challenges alone. We'll continue to dissect complex policy changes, provide clear guidance on tax implications, and share actionable advice to help safeguard your finances. If you found this information valuable, please share it with friends or family members who might be impacted by these changes in 2025. It could genuinely alter someone's circumstances. And remember, subscribe to UK Pension Hub now to stay ahead of the latest updates on pensions, tax planning, and financial security for retirees. With rising costs and frozen allowances, 2025 is the year to be proactive, not passive. Stay safe, stay informed, and always stay empowered.